Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing out there? Good to see you again for yet another video. So I guess interesting news, my friends. All we try to do right now in this world is try to look for the good news. And of course, speak up, show up to protest, whatever it is we're doing. Stop buying Teslas, boycotts, whatever it is we do out here. But sometimes we just look for the good news in what's going on in the world. And the good news right now is that Donald Trump is quickly becoming the least popular president in all of presidential history. And we know, my friends, that MAGA is, in fact, a cult. We know that. So expect to see in the comments somebody in here trying to gaslight us and tell us that, what are you talking about? Donald Trump is the most amazing, most beloved president in the history of the country. But the fact of the matter is Donald Trump's approval ratings are sinking rapidly, just absolutely falling through the floor. As a matter of fact, this far into his presidency, he has the worst approval rating in history, only breaking the record of Donald J. Trump from his first presidency, whatever. You guys know what I meant to say. So who knew? I mean, let's be honest here, my friends. Who knew that, referring to veterans as waste, fraud, and abuse, allowing Elon Musk to destroy our government systems as he was doing, firing veterans from their jobs, cutting veterans off from their VA benefits. What else? What else has this lunatic been up to? Starting trade wars over and over. Nobody really knows what's going on. Small businesses can't plan for their futures because they don't know if the tariffs are on or off. Let's see, what else? Isolating us from the rest of the world while he threatens to turn Canada into the 51st state, threatens to take back the Panama Canal, and threatens to take over Greenland. Yeah, the rest of the world didn't respond too well to that. Jesus, what else has this absolute lunatic, this complete fucking menace to society done? Oh yeah, how about this? How about sending people to El Salvador concentration camps with no due process and then having a candid conversation caught on camera about how El Salvador needs to open up new prisons to hold America's homegrown criminals, keeping in mind that Donald Trump has referred to people as being criminals if they are journalists that talk critically of him or people that don't buy Teslas. Who fucking knew that all of this shit was going to be wildly unpopular? And I understand I probably missed a few things in there because he's a dipshit that either one of two things, my friends, and I have trouble trying to figure out what this is. Either he's incredibly fucking dumb and does not understand the cause of his actions, the effects, the results of the things that he does, or he is truly evil. And he fully understands the things that he does, and he understands how it's going to be bad for the American people, but it's going to be good for the elites in our country. And the more we go through this, I still can't fucking decide. Is the guy just really that dumb, or is he just a terrible, awful person? But the fact of the matter is he is wildly, wildly unpopular in America right now. And you might be wondering, why does that matter? Why does that matter? And I'm not sure necessarily that it does, but we have to be honest. MAGA is a cult. We all know that. We absolutely 100% know that. Look, any well-adjusted adult would be able to look at maybe the good things they like from the president they elected. They would be able to look at the bad things and call those bad things out and say, look, I don't fucking like this even a little bit. But the hardcore MAGA cultists believe that everything Donald Trump is the right thing to do, even to their detriment. And that's kind of how cults work now, isn't it? Yes, it exactly is. The cult leader always gets all the benefits of what's going on, and the people just line up to take the terrible things that happen to them, all because they believe their cult leader is a child of God or something, the literal next fucking coming of Christ, and it's actually a scary thing to deal with. Cults are fucking terrifying when you think about it. One person has all this control over all these people, right? And Donald Trump is always going to have the hardcore MAGA cultists. They are not going anywhere. They will go down with the ship. Our job, my friends, our job is to sort of chip away at that. Because here's the facts, and I've seen it firsthand. Keep in mind, I am from blue-collar, rural, working-class America, the people that generally vote for Donald Trump. I saw it myself firsthand. We don't like Donald Trump, and that is the absolute fact. We don't like that son of a bitch even a little bit. I know, hear me out. Hear me out, because all of them went and voted for Trump. What the fuck are you talking about? What I mean is we didn't like Donald Trump, and I still don't, because I was able to resist the cult. I'm a little smarter than the average bear over here, I guess. I don't really fucking know how I got away with it. Well, I do know how I got away with it. That's always been me, my friends. I have always been outspoken on what I believe, you know, threats of violence be damned. I don't give a fuck. What I've learned from all this, because there were a couple people that were concerned, because I kind of mentioned that a little bit yesterday too. I'm not scared of this. And that is the key part of this entire thing, is not being fucking afraid. But I've always been that guy. I've always, when I was, you know, doing trucking videos, truckers do an important job. So let me say this the right way. That's a very, very important job. But the hierarchy of trucking is very similar to the hierarchy of MAGA. You show up at a trucking company orientation, which used to be bigger. You'd have like 30 fucking people there, right? And the guy with the loudest mouth in there was always the leader, right? And he always just said what trucking is, and what he said went. And then next thing you know, within a 2-day period, you've got 29 other brainwashed dipshits walking out of there believing every word that man says, because they were afraid to cross paths with him, afraid to say anything different from his very loud and ignorant opinions over the entire process. So everybody just fell in line. I've watched this happen over and fucking over. And the fact of the matter is, we did not like Donald Trump even a fucking little bit. You could not convince a person from rural America to listen to some spoiled brat from New York City tell us anything about our goddamn lifestyle. You just weren't going to do it. The whole thing is ran by fear. This is, yeah, it's true. And I'm sure you guys know that. You guys understand what's going on too. You've got full-grown men claiming to be tough guys like Jesse Waters, that bald-faced baby boy, right? Claiming to be tough guys that are deathly afraid to speak out against Donald Trump for fear of what will happen to them. And that's how we end up in this spot. As a side note, some of you told me yesterday that I was a little too hard on Lisa Murkowski. And maybe you were right. Let's discuss that real quick, because I put out a video yesterday calling Lisa Murkowski a spineless coward because at one of her town halls or something like that, she had acknowledged that she was scared. There's a point to all this, trust me, my friends. Just hang with me, hang with me. She acknowledged that she was scared. And to me, that felt very cowardly. It's one thing to be scared. You could be scared, but do something about it. Start talking to your other colleagues in the Senate. Start figuring out who's who and who really doesn't want Donald Trump there, but they're scared of what could happen if they cross him. Start building yourselves a little support group there, a little network. And once you've figured out who's who, find out, do you actually have the numbers to remove Donald Trump from office? And that's when you approach the Democrats and you say, hey, look, we've got this little coalition here. We're all scared for our fucking lives. We're all worried about what the MAGA cult's going to do to us if we stand up. Look, we'll come together with you. We'll work together to get this done. We're going to need some protection. We're going to need something. And we're going to need to go down in history the right way as the people that stood up for America's democracy. So maybe looking at Lisa Murkowski's history and the things she has done, maybe I was a little bit too hard on her. But I want her to fucking actually do something. She's in a position to do it. I wanted to get that side note in here. Possibly I was a little bit too hard on her, but I want to see action. She's in a much better place than I am to do something about this. But anyways, the whole MAGA cult thrives on fear. And that's why I thought this channel was so important for me to make, because they're out there, my friends. Trust me, they're out there. They're trying to shut me up as we speak. Say, you know, by whatever means necessary. Fear, intimidation, threats, all those things. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care, because what I've learned in all my time of doing YouTube and speaking my mind on YouTube is most of it's complete bullshit. Is there the chance something could happen? Sure, there absolutely is. But the point is, we need to be fearless even if we are scared. Because that's how we break this whole fucking thing. We stand up and we say we're not going to fucking take this shit. And we know that we're putting our asses on the line. Look, Donald Trump has already come for the journalists, right? Now he's talking about the homegrowns. It's only a matter of time before he goes after the content creators out there. I understand that there have been maybe some threats towards Midas Touch. If I'm understanding right, I believe there was maybe a cease and desist sent. That was a while ago. I may be misunderstanding the subject. But if we live in fear and we choose to fall in line because we're afraid of what happens to us, we just continue to empower their entire movement. It is extremely important for every one of us to set fear aside and stand up and do the right fucking thing. Because what we need to do, this all ties in with Donald Trump's very fucking low approval ratings, is sometimes we have to be the trailblazers. We have to lead the way, and we have to send that message that we're going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. And we slowly chip away at these people that are fearful that Donald Trump is going to do something to them, that he is going to retaliate. This fucking matters. And I would never put this information out on the internet for people to see, but I have received emails, I have received text messages from truckers out there that have said, look, you're saying the things that other people are afraid to say. You're saying the things that we're just straight up not brave enough to say. And though they have told me, though they'll never say it on their own personal channels, these are other YouTube trucking content creators, though they'll never say it on their own personal channels, they applaud that I have stood up and given them, you know, sort of that support to think for themselves and not worry about what the repercussions are. We continue to chip away at their bullshit, my friends. We continue to build this permission structure for people to realize that it's going to be okay, because Donald Trump rules this country by fear right now. And the more we keep doing that, the more we keep making our point that we're not going to fucking take it, and we're going to stand up and we're going to vote the right fucking way, and we're not going to have any of this bullshit. And we need people like Lisa Murkowski to, sure, tell us you're scared. That's fine. Tell us you're scared of what's going to happen, because we'll run to your side. Not to your side politically, don't get me fucking wrong here, but we will run to your aid. We will not stand by and let people harass, threaten you, and do any kind of things from you. There's law enforcement. There's all kinds of methods to protect yourself. So we need to see people like that not only say they're afraid, but tell us what they're going to fucking do about it. And don't just tell us. Do it. Get to work on it. Mitch McConnell's afraid. You know Mitch McConnell's afraid, and who knows why? He's 1 foot in the fucking grave. Step up, Mitch McConnell. Do your fucking thing. Lindsey Graham's afraid. These are just a couple examples that I can think of. But look, we got Mitch McConnell. We got Lisa Murkowski. We could get Mitch McConnell on our side if it came to an impeachment vote, removal. I fucking know we could. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic here, but I fucking know we could. Who else? Like Rand Paul. Maybe we could get Rand Paul to come over. It takes one person is the fucking point. I don't know if we'll get those people, but look, he's got these historically low approval ratings. They are freaking the fuck out about it because midterms are coming, and it could be an absolute bloodbath, peacefully, for the Republican Party if we just continue to put in the fucking work that we're doing. Continue to point out why the bullshit Donald Trump is doing is bad and how it's harmful to the very people that vote for him. It's important. It matters. I don't know if I have many more points on this. You guys know I come into this shit unscripted, and I felt like I had a lot more to say. But to wrap it up, Donald Trump's approval rating is historically low. People are waking up to the fact that Donald Trump's policies are harmful to them. Now, we, the brave souls out there that are willing to stand up, need to keep doing it in whatever way we're doing it, and speak up. And give them the permission to cross over and make good things. This is a cult. We need to study that. There's probably people that have studied that. And we need to start giving them permission to break free of it. Because what it really all is, when you start getting these threats, when you start getting told what's going to happen to you, the vast majority of it is nothing but some asshole blowing fucking hot air. And nothing's going to happen, all right? And in the event that something does happen, you stand up for yourself. You protect yourself by whatever means necessary. We in this country have a right of self-defense. We can defend ourselves if that's what it comes to. And you can bet your sweet tits that I'll absolutely do that. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So, we take advantage of these low approval ratings. I know I'm repeating myself. Sometimes you have to say the shit over and fucking over. Every one of us out there that's standing against this lives in fear. 100% we do. We don't let fear dictate our actions, and we slowly keep chipping away at the people that are on the fence, that are wondering why the hell they voted for against their own interest. And my God, my friends, if we make it out, if we make it through this, we just might turn this country around for the better, because Donald Trump was the response to Barack Obama. That was the country's overreaction and very racist response to Barack Obama winning the election. And maybe we come out better for it. Hey, Germany, I believe, came out better for it through all the bullshit that they had. I 100% believe that. Well, of course they did. Germany's doing all right these days, my friends. So we keep speaking, we keep fighting, and these historically low approval ratings do fucking matter. Let's keep up the fight. Let's keep letting people know it's going to be okay. And this is still America. This is still considered a free country, and we can still make whatever political choices we want, no matter if some grumpy ass redneck is breathing down your neck telling you you're not allowed to think that way. Yes, the fuck you are. Keep doing it. We got this, baby. I'm out of here. I got more shit to do today. Love you guys. Bye now.